sinner's embrace.
The final word, the Halls Mills murders. The scene opens in the evening in the dark gardens behind the Hall mansion. Hall has invited James Mills, Eleanor's husband, to meet her so that she may confront him. They meet stage right. Mrs. Hall speaks. It's been a while since we faced each other, James. I've often wondered what this moment would be like. It's amazing, my feelings. I'm surprised by them. I'm angry. Like folks aren't supposed to be. It feels good. I'm beginning to understand you better now. It's not every day a woman faces the murderer of her husband. I think you might want to hear what I have to say. Eleanor was quite right. She once described him to me as nearsighted as they come. Careful, James. You're losing your temper. It's frightening how angry you get. Is this the way you behaved the night your wife told you she cared more for his little finger than your entire body? Does it surprise you to know that I know that? Well, thanks to your neighbors, your quarrels with your wife are legend. Things that were said on the night it happened, and Eleanor was leaving. You asked her where she was going, and she said, "Follow me and find out." You followed her, didn't you? You did, James. You did follow her. You followed her like any husband who was furious with jealousy would follow the woman he loved. You say you were working on the flower boxes. The neighbors say they heard you pounding nails for about an hour. After that, no one saw or heard any sign of your existence for quite some time. You said you went to the church to try and put the boxes in the window. Did you use your key to let yourself in? You know my husband had the only other key to the church. Then maybe you could tell me what happened to the gun that was in the desk drawer in the rectory. Seems no one has been able to locate it for some time. As a matter of fact, it seems to have vanished since the night of the murders. Can you tell me who could have taken it? That night you went to the church. You took the gun. The knife could have come from anywhere. It could have even been the knife you used to carry around all the time. Remember? The one you used for small repairs. Come to think of it, where has that knife been? Eleanor Mills appears stage left and starts to sing. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Mrs. Hall speaks. How painful it must have been for you when you finally found them there, James. It's a sight I have never wanted to see. But you saw them. And selling their love letters to the newspapers was perverse. I loved my late husband. If I thought you would understand, I would tell you all the things that made me love him. The looking glass is not my friend, and it certainly is not a liar. But in his eyes, I loved my reflection. I'm pathetic. I'm sure it seems that way. I guess that's why my husband keeping company with your wife is so easy for me to accept. I suppose women are different than men with things like that. At night, my husband came home to me. Of course, for you, your wife would return and retreat into your daughter's locked room, where you couldn't touch me. I'm doing this for practical reasons mostly. You're telling the newspapers my husband and I paid to have your wife's teeth fixed. I told everyone we helped pay to have a diseased kidney removed. People will soon realize Johnson & Johnson money was spent fixing a different type of medical condition. Thank God the dirty business was taken care of before you stepped in. I couldn't breathe until my doctor assured me there was no trace of that little accident. Eleanor sings. When we've been here 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've known less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Mrs. Hall speaks. I sat in court and heard what happened to her. That's when I knew it had to be you. It was her voice. Her singing brought them together. Her voice ringing in your ears. Her singing in the house drove you crazy. And when you would yell at her, she would sing at the top of her lungs to drown you out. Eleanor sings. Many dangers, toils, and snares we have already gone. 'Twas grace that brought us safe thus far, and grace will bring us home. Mrs. Hall speaks. You made it go away. You removed her voice, her vocal cords, her tongue, gone forever, slashed from ear to ear, her head almost severed. It was her voice, Jane,